Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Tidak.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Okay. Right. I'm sorry, because sometimes today my internet there is a little shock. It was disconnected and then got connected again. I hope it will find after this. Now, before we start class today, do you have any problem with the questions that I give you? Anything from our last class? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So today, I will continue with our discussion. We're going to move on to 4.2, looking at the problem of optimization. That means you want to maximize or minimize an objective function subject to a set of constraints. And today I will also discuss regarding some of the things that I mentioned earlier regarding the names and how your names, should be in the Zoom and also classroom, because now it's already 4 weeks. So I would like to have, everything clear and consistent with what we mentioned at the beginning of the semester. Okay, but I need to wait for a few people, to come in, because now I have only 36, about half the class, because there are a few people who still do not follow the class policy, the one that I requested how to put your names. So I need more people to hear that, because if many people are missing, then I talk to the people that will not get to some of you, So we will wait on that one. So to start with the class, I will go to our regular discussion. So let me see where we stopped last time. Tunggu sekejap. Saya tak share kelas ni, tak share lagi tak? Tak share lagi. Okay. Alright. So let's see where we stopped last time. I think I give you a few questions. 4.1. Did I give you some questions on 4.1? So 4.1, I would like you to do a few questions. So make sure you have that question. Okay, this one was okay. All right, we already completed that one. So 4.1. The 4.1, I would like you to do question number 9, 10, 18. And then number 27, 31, 32. And then I give you also 4.2, because I don't have to assign them afterwards in case I forget. So 4.2, 10, 12, and then 25, 27, 32, 39. Now for 4.2, this will include things that we do next week. I just assign to you, okay? Especially the application part, we will do next week. So now I just assign for you today. All right. So let's continue. For the next part of the chapter, we are going to look at the linear programming problem. So here we call it optimization problem. So that is on 4.2, right? Optimization problem that is on 4.2. The optimization problem is this. You want to maximize or minimize one objective, some objective function, okay, and objective function subject to a set of constraints, to some constraints. So that is what we call optimization. Optimization means you optimize or you maximize or minimize something, but given some limitation, some constraints. So that's why you call it, you optimize, all right? You don't just maximize the function. You maximize the function given some limitation, all right? So if you remember from economics, you maximize what? You maximize your utility subject to what? Subject to your budget constraint. So it's a constraint maximization or minimization problem. So we call it optimization. Now here, the problem is, or not the problem, okay? The problem is about inequalities. So here you have the constraints, okay? The constraints would be some constraints here, meaning will be a set of inequalities. So it is a system of inequalities. Or system. So you've got a system of inequalities that will form the constraints. And then your objective is a function, and it's a linear function. So everything that we encounter here is everything that we already learned. We know linear function, okay? And we already solve problems with the system of inequalities. So the system of inequalities will be the constraints. So you put this together, then you have the linear programming problem, or we just call it optimization problem. You maximize or you minimize the objective subject to the constraints, which are the inequalities. All right, okay. So I will summarize the method. Now the method is graphical method. So nothing much. So we build on what we learned earlier. Okay, we already learned the graphical method. So most of the things that we will come up with this method is nothing new, you know, things that you already know. Okay, all right. Now you, can you hear me or you don't hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, good. So I will summarize the method. Now, number one, given the problem here, okay, given the problem here, you want to maximize an objective subject to the constraints. So that is our optimization problem. So the method number one, you start with the constraints. Okay, so the constraints are a system of inequalities. What we do, you draw the graph. All right, you draw the graph, and then what we get would be the feasible region. So this we already know. Okay, you draw the inequalities on the same graph, and then identify the feasible region. Okay, this one we know. All right, and then secondly, you look at the feasible region, you identify the corner points. All right, identify and also determine. If it is not yet determined, determine all the corner points. So probably this is something new for some of us. So corner points. Now, what is a corner point? Now, a corner point is intersection of two lines. In other words, intersection of the two equations or more in the system. Okay, so it's just like you are solving a system of equations. So that is a corner point. So corner point, we call it CP or corner points. What is it? It's the intersection point. The intersection point between two or more equations. Now that equation, of course, corresponds to the inequalities, okay, of equations in the system, in the constraints. So what you have is what? A system of equations. Okay, system of equations. So you have a system of equations, you can find the solution. So that solution is a corner point. Okay, so that solution is a corner point. So we know how to solve. Okay, from chapter number 1, you have a system of equations, you can find the intersection point. All right, we name it equilibrium point. Okay, but now you don't call it equilibrium point, you just call it corner points, intersection point. Okay, so it is an intersection between two or more equations, and that equation, of course, correspond to the inequalities in the constraint, right? In the constraint or in the system. So let's go back to the graph that we draw earlier. We just want to look at the corner point. So if you recall, right, you have suppose you have the system. Okay, system is 3x plus 2y bigger or equal to 70, which is the red area. And then you have the other inequality is x plus 2y bigger or equal to 20. That means the black, the inequality that I shade in black. And then you have x less or equal to 12. So that is the inequality that shaded in blue. So that is it. Okay. So what is the feasible region? The feasible region is the triangle. So that is our feasible region. Okay, that's all we learned earlier. Okay, next, when you have the inequalities which form the constraints, you want to find the corner points. Corner points are the intersection points between two or more equations that correspond to the inequalities. So if you look at this diagram, where is the corner point? Or where are the corner points? Because there are more than one. So you'll see here, this is one. Okay, call it A. There is another one here, call it B. And you have one more here, call it C. So that's corner points are intersection of two or more equations in the system. All right, so you have the corner point. So you have corner points A, B, C. So I go back to our point of discussion. So you identify the corner points. So example, okay, you identify corner points A, B, C. All right. So then what you need is you have to determine. Okay, you have to determine the corner points. That means for A, what is it? You must find A. What is the X and Y? All right. And then B, also you need to find what is the value of X, value of Y. And then similarly for the C. All right. So what you do, this is the method. Now, how do you find point A? Okay, look back into your graph. How do you find point A? Okay, how do you get point A? Point A is this line here. How do you get that point A? Anybody?
The intersection
Yeah, I know, intersection. Intersection of what and what?
between the two lines.
Yeah, two lines. What are the equations?
The x equal to 12.
X equal to 12, the straight line, vertical line, and then what?
Minus 3x plus 2y.
And then minus 3x plus 2y equal 4. Good, okay? So that is how you get point A. Then you go back to here, point B. How do you get point B? Intersection between what? 3x plus 2y, I'm sorry, negative 3x plus 2y equal 4. And what is the other equation?
X plus 2y
X plus 2y equal 20. So that is why, okay, that's why I want you to, I mean, when we draw the lines, okay, you label the equation. You label the line, what is the equation correspond to the line? So that when you find the corner points, you will not mix up, all right? You will not mix up the equation. So you know that this line is what? Is x plus 2y equal 20. So you don't have to keep on, searching, go back to the problem, finding what is the equation for that line. So you label, okay? So that is why importance of labeling, okay? Labeling the line as we move on. So you got point B, and then of course you got point C. So we just look at the point A, okay? Point A is the intersection between 2 points, two equations, namely x equal to 12 and 3x plus 2y equal to 4. So we can solve the system of equations, then you can find point A. Similarly, you do it for B, you do for C. So here, of course, very extra work, but nothing much, okay? Not nothing much, nothing new, okay? Nothing new, everything we learned already. Okay, any question? Okay, next. When you have determined the corner points, the solution, okay, the solution, did I put number for the steps? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 3. Now, number 4, after you determine the corner points, the solution would be one of the corner point. So here you will have one solution, okay? The solution will be one of the corner points. So you don't have to worry about any other points. The points or the solution will be one of the corner points. So in this case, in this example, it's either A, B, or C. All right. And the solution would be what we're interested in is only a unique solution. In other words, there is only one point. Okay. We don't want many points. Of course, there are possible that you have many points, and you can have no solution. But no solution, meaning that comes from if there was no feasible region, right? So here, no feasible region. You don't have any feasible region, that means there will be no solution. But here, unlikely, but our focus would be only unique solution, one point. Okay, so the solution will be one of the corner points. All right. Okay. So number 5, that will be our last step. How do you know which one is the solution? So that will be number 5. What we do in order to determine, you substitute each corner points. Take each corner point into where? Into the objective. Into the objective function. Now we know the objective is linear function. Okay, so objective is a linear function. So it's ax plus by equal to c. Okay, so by doing that, you will identify Okay, you will identify the solution. Okay, if it is a maximum, if it is maximizing problem, okay, if it is maximized, then what? Then you get the maximum value, the highest value. If it is minimized, then what is the solution? Solution will be the minimum point. Okay, the minimum value. So that's how you get the solution. So you just identify the solution. So when you substitute, let's say you substitute point A, all right? So let's say A is equal to some point x1, y1. So when you substitute into the objective, you will get A1 x plus B1 y. Put in the value, which is x1, y1. So say that is called C1. Okay. Now you put in the value B, called x2, y2. Then what do we get? We get A, or no, for A, there is no A1, B1. Okay, so you just keep A, B. So we got A, x2 plus B, y2 equal to C2. So this is the value that you make the comparison. So which one is the higher value? That will give you maximum. Which one, if you are talking about minimizing, then you will determine which one is the lower value. So we'll just identify the value. Okay? All right. So that's how we solve this kind of problem by graphical method. Now, if you look back the method, not much new. 90% of the things we already learned. Okay? You know how to find the corner points. Okay? And then you know how to determine the corner points. And you know how to draw the graph to get the feasible region. So what is new? And you know how to solve for the corner points by using the system of linear equation. So the only new things would be number 4 and number 5. That is the substitution of the corner points into the objective. All right, okay. Any question on that one? Okay, good. So in order to do that, let's consider an example. Okay, so we'll do an example. By doing that, hopefully, we'll get a better idea of the problem. So I think before that, let us look at the things that I wanted to discuss with you, about our class policy in terms of Zoom and classroom, and also WhatsApp. So if, like I mentioned earlier, when you put in your name, all right, when you put your name, the most important part is your name must match your name, or your name must be your actual name as in the class list. Okay, so make sure your name must be in the class list, the same as the last class list. So that's number 1. So make sure you use your name, okay, either in Zoom, Classroom, or WhatsApp based on your name on the classroom. So if your name is Muhammad Ali, or your name is Zaman Ali Khan, okay, or Zaman Ali, you don't put your name Zaman Ali bin something lah. So you don't put your name Ali, okay? You must write your name in the order of how it appears in the class list. So that means your first name should be Zaman, and second name is Ali. So your first name is the most important. The second name is, of course, the second part lah. The third name, okay, your father's name, if you have third name, let's say Zaman Ali Khan. Okay, that Khan is not important lah, so you don't have to put in. Or Muhammad Ali, Zaman Ali, Abu. Okay, so don't worry about that thing. The most important is your first name, second name, so that I can match your name easily to your class list. Okay, so that's how you write your name. And then you put in your metric number and then your section number. Okay, section number. So this is your class list according to your class list. So let me go first to Zoom. Okay, so if you look at Zoom, your attendance, okay, I show you here, an example of attendance. Your attendance will be given like this. This is what I see, all right? And your name, if I look at your name, I'll give you some example here, Sharifah Nur Haizra. Metric number, section, that's good. Okay, that's how we want to do it. And then you got Nur Farah, okay? And then I'll show you one or two people here. Zuhra Oziba. Okay, Zuhra, are you here? Zuhra, are you present or you absent? You absent, you don't, I don't know you lah. Are you absent or you are here?
I'm here, sir.
So if you are here, what you missed here is what? Your section number. Okay, your name, metric number, okay lah. All right, you put in your section number. Because in the Zoom, we are mixed 11 and 12. But in the class list is according to section. So it's difficult. If you don't put your section number, it will be difficult for me to identify which group you belong to. All right. So that's one example. And here, Tony Priyanto. Okay. You just put your name. Where were you when I said this? I told you at the beginning of the semester a few times. Put your metric number, put your section number, and you just put your name. How do I know who are you? You are not the Minister of Finance. Okay. So here, Tony Priyanto, are you here? Are you not here? Tony Priyanto, are you here? Are you not?
Sir,
Hello? If this Tony Priyanto is not here, somebody please tell him.
Sir,
Okay, I'm not going to tell him again. All right. Okay.
Sir?
Yes.
Tony Priante, it's me, but that's my father account. So
It
then
doesn't. What is it? What your account? What is it? What does it mean?
that's my father account. Then I switched to my account with Dafa Alfarisi, sir.
So what is your actual name?
Muhammad Dafa, sir.
So you take out your name. Buat apa? You put your father name. Huh? I don't need your father's name. I need your name. Okay.
Yeah.
If your name is too long, let's say Muhammad Dafa Tony Priyanto. So this is yours. This is you.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay lah ni. All right. So this is good. I'm sorry, because that's your father. I thought it's one of the students. So you just write Muhammad Dafa and your section number. So in your case, your name is Muhammad. So what you do, you don't just put M, okay? You don't just put M. You have Muhammad. All right. So don't put just M. You need to put MU. So either you put MUHD or maybe MUHAMAD because there are so many Muhammad, right? Some people Muhammad MO, okay? So if you put M, if you want to shorten your first name, you put MU or MO so that I can easily find your names as MU, okay? Not MO. But for Muhammad, I would prefer you write at least MUHD or MOHD. Or in your case, you put Muhammad full, that's good also, okay? That's fine. So in your case, no problem lah. All right?
Okay,
I'm
sir.
sorry because I thought this Tony Priyanto is one of our students. So I hope your father don't mind. Okay, so there is one example. And then I think most of us are doing it right. Now, if you still miss your section number, metric number, please. All right, please make the adjustment as soon as possible. Okay, this is another student, Hanis Munir. Okay, Hanis Munir, I do not know whether your name is Munir Hanis or Hanis Munir, but write the order of your name as in the classroom, in the class list. And this is another example, just your name, okay? No section number, no metric number. So please, okay, Anis Munir, are you here or you're not here? Anis, are you here or you are not here? Tak datang eh? Okay, can you somebody tell him or her? Okay, so these people sometimes, the one that don't do that are the people who normally miss class, you know? Either you miss the first class, you miss the second class, and then you don't bother to look at the recording. So you don't know what's going on. So this is the thing that tend to happen, you know? Or you just didn't follow what we already said at the beginning of the semester. Okay, and this is another case, Sadat. Okay, you just have your name. All right, Sadat, are you here? Sadat. Sadat?
Yes, Doctor, I'm here.
So,
Yes.
So I already informed this, you know. So my problem is, do you understand English or you just be ignorant and you know you just don't want to follow instruction? So my assumption is either you are ignorant, you don't understand English, or maybe I don't make myself clear, or maybe you just simply arrogant, you know, just want to go against what we say, you know. So don't do that. All right, please cooperate. This thing here, you need to cooperate. If you don't want to cooperate, I don't think you belong here. You know, maybe you withdraw or you know change another section. But if you must be here, please, you know, follow this simple basic instruction. It's not that I want you to jump from the 10th floor down to the river. Okay, I just want you to follow basic instruction, which I already make myself clear, so that everything can go smooth. You help me, I help you. All right. So if you wouldn't follow that thing, I don't know. I don't know what to say. At least you do something like this, you know. Mulirah Razni, metric number, section number. So I know, okay, this student is section 11. So I can check your name in section 11. It is another guy, or not another guy, another student. Fadlina. Okay, Fadlina, are you here?
Yes.
Berapa kali nak cakap dah, kan? Penat dah saya. So this is example, all right? And I use only section 11. I haven't been to section 12. So for people who are section 12, please check your name. If your name do not include a metric number, section number, please do so as soon as possible. All right? Make sure your name is in the order as it appears in your class list. Okay? If your name has 3 parts, you know, so don't worry about the third part. I worry about the first and then the second, so that I can identify quickly with the name list. Okay, so that is the purpose. Okay, any question about this? So you check your own names, you know, ni seorang lagi, Wan Zatil. You know, actually there are quite a number of people. So make sure, you know, ni lagi Irfan. Alright. Ni okay, tapi okay lah. I think, oh yeah, if your name is long, you still can appear, you know, it still can appear like Wan Zaidatul Nur Atirah binti Wan Muhammad Nur. Oh, ini nama yang paling panjang saya pernah jumpa. Wan Zaidatul, are you here?
Yes, sir.
So Wan Zaidatul, your name is too long, but it's okay as long as it appear, you know. But you miss your metric number.
No, I have put my section, but I don't know where it is.
Sebab panjang sangat lah ni. Nampak tu,
okay.
panjang penuh. Sampai habis satu screen. Okay? So what you can do, yang Aitirah Muhammad tu, yang bracket tu tak payahlah letak. And then if that is still a problem that your section number don't appear, you give your name je. Okay? One tu penting lah. Because your name appear as W. So you put Wan Zaidatul je lah. Okay? Wan Zaidatul, nama ayah tak payah letak. Okay? Nama ayah tak payah letak. Put your metric number, put section number. Faham? Okay? I think sebab your section number tu tak appear, your name is too long. This is a real long name. Betul-betul. Nama, your name already make up of Well, Zadatul Nur Atira. I think your father really love you. You know, give you longest name. Very good. Okay. Obtain your name. Make it. Put the section number. Okay. All right. Ni Irfan Syafiq ni seorang lagi. Okay. Nothing. So that's it. All right. So check your names. I'm not going to go anymore. So I hope by next class everything will be corrected. So that is Zoom. Okay, I want to ask you any question, anything that you're not clear of. Now it's already 4 weeks, okay? So everything should be stable, everything should be finalized. Okay, all right. So now let's go to classroom. Now in classroom, if we look at since you already submitted one assignment, so here is also section 11, all right? Now, your name, which appear here on the left, all right, must also be in the order of your name in the class list, because this is where I assign the marks, so that I can record your marks in the class list easily. Okay. Now, if your name Ahmad Lukman, so that is your real name. Okay, Ahmad Lukman. So you don't just put Lukman. So I give you an example. Say the Ahmad Lukman, your name in the class list is Ahmad Lukman kan? Ahmad Lukman. So you don't just put over there in the classroom, Lukman ya. If you just put Lukman, then pening kepala lah saya mencari nama. Okay? So you put Ahmad Lukman. Ahmad Lukman. Put your actual name. Like what you're doing now is good lah. I just use it for an example. All right? So that is on the name as per classroom. So in your work, all right, in your work, I would like you to do that as well. Okay, Ahmad Lukman, because he is doing with another student, in the group, so there is no attachment for him, because it's for the friend. So I open up another thing, another folder. Now this group, okay, this is how your name should appear in the homework or test or whatever. You have your name, metric number, and section number. But section number is not. Yeah, I think you put your section number lah, senang cerita. But section number may not be necessary, because your names, apa tu? Siapa cakap tu? Woi. Apa tu? So your names, alright, your names is already go by the section number. So you may not have to write the section number, but if you put it, that's good. So here, your name, full name, metric number, section number. And then your friend's name, also written nicely as in your class list. Okay, and then prepared by. But my main point was, when your name appear here, all right, where I put in the marks, you put in your name as per classroom. Okay. So for example, Ahmad Lukman. So Ahmad Lukman, he put Ahmad Lukman, not just Lukman. So it's similar to the problem that we have in Zoom. Okay. So make sure you put your name same as what you have. Okay, what you have in the class list. The reason being so that I can easily identify your work, okay, and then I can assign mark to your name. Okay, all right. So make sure you do that. if you miss your name, okay, you don't put your name by making your first name first, then susah. All right. So here, Muhammad Shamil. Yeah, this is one example that I mean. You look at this Muhammad Shamil. Of course, the partner is Ahmad Lukman. But in your name here, you put only Shamil. Okay. So Shamil, are you here? Muhammad Shamil, are you here?
Yes, sir.
So you put in the Muhammad. Okay? The Muhammad is more important than the Shamil because your name, first one is Muhammad. So at least put MU or MUHD or put the full thing if there is enough space. Okay. So you put in Muhammad and then Shamil too. If it is too long, then put Shah. But apa? Okay. But what is more important? The Muhammad. So please, everybody pay attention. Okay. If your name is written as here Muhammad Shamil, you put in your second name without the first name. Please make the correction. Put in your first name. Is that clear? Because, like I said, for the purpose of me recording your marks. So from now on, if you miss your first name, I got to look into the list. Where is your name? Then I may not record your marks. Okay, so you get 0 because you give me extra trouble. Okay, sometimes I got to spend, a few minutes, and there are 60 or 50 people, plus the other section, I have another 90 people. So I had 100 plus students. So without, doing all these simple things, be extra work on me. So if you don't have your first name and I have problem finding your name, then I may not give you your marks. Okay. So please, all right. So please cooperate on that one. So for example, I say again here, Shamil, your name, I mean, this applies to everybody who do the same thing. Put your first name and then your second name. Okay. And of course, your metric number will be available at your name. So your metric number is not that important. Okay. Probably in classroom, you don't have enough space untuk metric number. I don't know. I think so. But your metric number will be in the work. Okay. So I can match your metric number. But what I need is your actual name by the order of your name. So the first name comes first. Okay. Susah lah kalau you just give me your second name. All right. So okay, this one is interesting. Tafani. Okay, this one I want to see how your name is being written in the class list. Okay, Tafani, is your name being written in the class list as Tafani Guest or Guest Tafani?
Sir, is the class list, you mean the Italim?
Yeah, Italim lah. Italim is the class list. So that means when I get your class list, the order of your name will be like in the Italim. So in the Italim, your name, is it Tafani Guys or Guys Tafani?
It's Bawazir Tafani, sir.
Wazir.
Bawazir. The last name is in the first.
So you write down your name, okay? Because I know you are non-Malaysian. Sometimes the way we write name is quite different. So if Bawazir, your last name here, is the one that comes first, so you should put Bawazir, okay? Bawazir Tafani, depending on what name comes second lah, okay?
Okay, I see.
Is that clear? So
Yes,
that when I put in the class list, your mark, if your name go by Bawazir, then I will easily, identify you. Okay.
Okay, I'll change it, sir.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
I think the class list is like the Italim. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Your class list, your actual name that is given to the university when you register, that is as per the Italim lah. So that will be your classroom, your class list. But I will check. I have not get your class list yet because I couldn't do it online. I got to go to the office. So I will get your class list. But for now, okay, I think your name is written as per Talim. So I think so in your case should be Bawazir Tafani. All right. Okay. But I think for the Malaysian, I didn't think there will be any problem because your name is normally ordered as the way it is. Okay, tengok lagi satu. Okay, Zeti binti Ayub. So senang. Okay, now this one another. Okay, Yusra. Okay, Yusra Benjamin. So Yusra Benjamin. Okay lah. All right. So I think no problem. Everything fine. Okay. All right. Good. Any question? Anything?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How
Ada?
about me? My name at Inequalities is Ramadan Muhammad Faza, but I wrote it in the assignment is Muhammad Faza Ramadan.
So you know that's okay for the thing that you have done. That's fine. But what you need to do, you change your name here. All right.
Okay.
So you are section 11 ke 12?
12, sir.
12. So 12, yeah, 12, okay, let me see. I can open 12. Let me see. I hope, I hope we have time because I need to discuss. So your name, yang mana satu your name?
Muhammad Faza Ramadan. But
Muhammad Faizal Ramadan.
Faza.
This one?
Yep.
But your name in the iTag name as per class list. So in that case, you put in Ramadan dulu lah. Okay? So we follow the list for iTag name. So that I think will be how your name appear in the class list. So tukar je lah. Okay, you put in Ramadan first, and then Muhammad. Alright. So Faza tu, if too long, then you don't have to put in Faza. Alright. Okay. So I think your case is similar to siapa tadi nama lupa lah. Nama dia panjang. To Tafani. Okay. Your case similar to Tafani. Alright. Okay, good. So hopefully everybody else will be fine. So if you miss your name, okay, if you miss your name like what were discussed, please make the correction as soon as possible. Okay, before I give you the mark, that will be easy on me to record down. Okay, all right. So I take a little bit time because I want to make clear to everyone so that everything will go smoothly. Easy for you, easy for me. Okay.
Sir, I have a question. About the group work. If our partner is sending, is already turned in the answer, do we need to turn in the answer as well? Like even it doesn't have any attachment.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, Ahmad Hanif, Ahmad Harif. Okay, Ahmad Arif, are you doing it with your friend or you do it alone? So Ahmad Arif do with Nurul Batrisha. Okay, so this Nurul Batrisha, let me see. So Nurul Batrisha, you send nothing. Okay, because your work is already being sent by the one who write the homework, which is Ahmad Arif. Okay, so you need only to send one copy by the person who prepared. Your friend, your partner, you don't have to send anything. Okay, just like this group, Ahmad Arif. Okay, Ahmad Arif, he sent. All right, he sent, and the group member Nurul Batrisha tak send, don't send. So that's how it works. Okay, I will have to do extra work lah. So the extra work is for me because I need to identify your group member and then I put them up. Okay, so that's why you need to write both names, but you don't have to send both. Okay, both of you don't have to send. Tidak tengok lah saya. Okay, you send only one per group. Okay, faham? What is your name?
Nur Ain Hanisa.
Nur Ain, you are 11 ke 12?
12.
12. Okay, I go back to 12. 12 senang lah. Norain. Norain, your name is Norain.
My partner is Rafizah, but I thought that I didn't have to turn in because she already turned in.
Betul lah tu. Rafizah dah turn in. Okay. Your name is Norain. Where is Norain? Norain pun tak ada. Norain. Okay, now my thing is, kenapa you in your case missing? Tapi kalau tengok Patricia ni, dia tak missing. Dia ada kat sini. Tapi you tak hantar. Macam mana boleh buat tu? Yang tu saya tak tahu.
I think dia tekan turn in tu.
So
Kalau dia tekan turn in.
so what you do like Nurul Patricia. Okay?
Alright.
You don't turn in, but your name appear here, not appear in missing. If your name appear in missing, maknanya you tak send in. Okay? So it's difficult for me to assign marks. Okay, I think that's a good point. So if your friend is sending, or if you are sending, let's say your friend is sending, okay? So you do like Patricia ni, but don't do anything, okay? Because if you don't do anything, then will be missing. Missing means you don't submit the work. So it will be more difficult for me lah, okay? So in one example, Nurain, okay? Nurain, her friend is sending the work, she doesn't, which is the right thing to do, but you have to do like Nurul do lah. Okay, Nurul Patricia, macam mana, how did you do this? I don't know how to do it.
I just tekan turn in, tapi tak payah attach apa-apa.
So you do that. You turn in without any attachment. Okay? So for the group members, you turn in without attachment. Okay? So that your name will be appear in the above column, so that I can give you marks. So Nurain, okay, you tukar lah ni kah? Balik rumah tukar.
Thank you, sir.
So other people also do that thing. Okay, ini siapa?
Sorry, sir.
Apa dia?
I wanna ask. I turn in the answer, but with a separate document, not in one document, sir.
What do you mean? Separate document?
My name is Muhammad Dafa Al-Farisi in Google Classroom, sir. I already turned in.
Okay. So?
But in yeah, like that.
Let me see. Oh, you mean ni 1, 2?
Yeah, like that.
Okay, what you do? I don't know how they do it, but you ask your friend. Okay, you don't do like this. If you do like this,
okay.
I got to open one and then I got to open second. Problem. Okay. You do like this.
Okay.
Or everything one. So you got first page, second page. I don't know how they do it. Okay. Actually, I don't know because I haven't sent anything. So I don't know. Okay. But I always ask my student, if you want to send like this in one folder. So you ask your friend how they do, because you ask me, I cannot answer you.
So can I correction that assignment, sir?
Yeah, you resend. Okay, you resend.
Oh, resend. Okay.
You don't take out what you have here. Okay, you don't take out this one. Okay, you keep it. You just send another copy. Okay.
Oh, okay.
With the same folder. Okay, so anybody else who do like this, please resend in one file. All right.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So easier for me to grade. Okay, any other question? All right. So I think we spent enough time already doing this, but I think this is good because we want to make ourselves clear. So if you, I did not say that in the other group. If your friend is sending, then your name shouldn't appear here. Missing means you don't submit anything. So make sure you submit, you turn in without attachment. Okay, I remember that. Turn in without attachment. So that's how we do. Alright, ni siapa ni? Family block ni, is it a student or is it not a student? This one. Ni, is it a name of a student or is it apa benda ni?
I think it's like a business email.
Oh, business email lah. Ni not us, eh? But how come he's here? Okay. Whoever have this block name, can you take it out? All right, I don't need that thing. Okay, so good. So we are done. So hopefully we are going to minimize. Okay, so now it's a linear programming problem. We want to minimize the objective, which is making mistake. Okay, subject to what? Subject to your names as per in the classroom. All right. So hopefully we're going to be able to achieve that. So let's move on. Now, next part is I will go back to our discussion earlier. So now, what I want to do is I want to discuss the homework. Okay, the first homework. So the solution will be given. Okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to grade your own homework because that will be faster. So now, I want you to take out your homework. Okay, please take out your homework. Only for those people who submitted. Okay, for those people who have not submitted, okay lah, boleh lah juga. But you don't do what I say. So now, okay, you take out your homework. You're going to grade yourself. Okay, so going to grade yourself. I will guide you. Okay, you grade yourself, and then you assign the marks or the points. Then you resubmit. You don't have to take out the one that you already submitted. Okay, you just submit another copy because I want to see. Okay, I want to see your original work, and then I want to see another copy here with the marks. Okay, with points. So that means when I say resubmit means you submit now the second copy. Okay, so another copy with the marks. You don't take out the original work that you submitted earlier. Okay, that one I still need because I want to make sure that you submit on time. That's for my record. And this one is for your submission that give you your marks. Is that clear? Okay. And then you have to resubmit today. Okay, hopefully try to do by 6 p.m. No, not by 6 p.m. because now it's 6:30. So tonight by 10 p.m. Okay, if you can do that by 10 p.m. tonight, that will be good. Or if you are late, also that's fine because you already submitted the first copy. All right, but try to do it today by 10 p.m. Okay, is that clear? Any question? All right.
Only 1%, sir.
Only 1%? Only 1%? Then 1% lah. Okay. If you have only 1% lah. The person who submitted. Okay, the person who submitted, I mean the person who prepared, do the grading. All right. Of course, if you have a copy of that thing, you also check lah. But I only need the person who submitted, the person who sent. Okay. Macam tadi tu, siapa nama dia? Ahmad tadi tu. Dia yang buat, dia write, so dia yang grade. Okay. So that's how we go about it. Okay. So now we go to question number 1. This is how we do question number 1. This is the key. So for that question number 1, you are given 2 points. Okay, you are given 2 points, namely x1, y1. You label it, and then x2, y2, which is 10 to 8, 7. So you're given 2 points. You want to find, okay, you want to find the linear function y equal to mx plus b. So firstly, you find b. No, I'm sorry, m, the slope. All right. Now, what is the slope? Slope is delta y over delta x equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 equal to 7 minus 2, 8 minus 10. You got negative 5.2 or negative 2.5. So that's the slope. How do you get b? Okay, so what you do now is you put in the m into y, so you have y equal to negative 2.5x plus b. So next, you have to find B. So to find B, substitute 1 point. Okay, 1 point, x1, y1, which is and 2 into y. So you got this thing here. So you got B, boom, 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 boom. B equal to 27. Therefore, y equal to negative 2.5x plus 27. Okay. So for this point, or for this question, if you use x2, y2 equal to 8, 7, okay, yeah, okay, because we will get same answer. So that is our equation. Now, I want the steps, okay? The steps must be there. For the slope, if you don't have this, at least you must have that time, that one. Y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. If you have only this thing here, that is wrong. How you get it? Okay. All right. So now I give you the points. So for the first part, x1, y1, the 2 points here, okay, 1 point. Where you assign the points x1, y1, x2, y2. That's 1 point. Now for part A, 2 points. For part B, 2 points. So total 5 points. All right. Like I said earlier, for the slope, at least we need this. Okay. If you don't have delta y over delta x, then you should do that. If there is y2 minus y1, x2 over x1 is not there, then you give yourself only 1 mark. All right. Take out 1 mark. And then similarly for the constant, the intercept, that means everything must be shown. Okay. Substitute 1 point into the y, so you will get. So the work is the most important part is that one. So any part missing, take 1 mark away. Or everything wrong, 0. Okay. So if it is 0, then 0. All right. So you make your correction, but you grade yourself according to your original work. Okay. Are you done? Are you done with the question? Or you still need time?
Done.
Done. Everybody done? All right, good. Okay, we go to the second question. Now, for the second question, first part is to get the revenue. So revenue, as we know, is equal to Px, given P equal to 50. So therefore, revenue is 50x. So that is 1 mark, 1 point. So what I need, at least this one, R equal to Px, and then that one. Okay, so 1 mark. If suddenly you just have this one, 0. Okay. How do you know this? All right. You must know it from what? From the formula R equal to Px. And then you put in, then you get this. If your answer is just 50x, then that's the mark. But it's only 1 mark. All right. So that is A. Now for B, we want to find the linear function, and cost is equal to what? C equal to mx plus B. Or you can write VC plus FC. But we don't need this actually. What we need is this one. You know, this is equivalent to the variable cost plus the fixed cost. Okay? So again, here you are given 2 points. You can call the first point C1, x1, C1, x2, C2, given as these points. And then you find the slope, should be delta C over delta X, C2 minus C1 over X2 minus X1. At least, all right? We should have that. We should start from here. And then you get the difference. I get the slope equal to 18. Okay, so make sure this is available. The work here is there, and then you got the answer 18. And then you substitute that thing. So here, that part, 2 marks, 2 points. Okay, all right. Now the second part, you substitute m equal to 18 into the C. So you have C equal to 18x plus B. To find B, substitute again. So here, substitute x1, C1 into y. Okay, you substitute that x1 into y. I know if you need, I will come back, but I want to go and finish it up. Then you put into that thing, you get b equal to 2560. That will be your cost function. C equal to 18x plus 2560. Is that right? Is that right? So check with you, do you get this same answer? So from here up to the part where we left, 2 marks, 2 points. Okay, 2 points. So you substitute the C, not the C. The point, x1, y1. So again here, it can be x2, c2. Okay, got all right. Because we end up with the same point, with the same answer. So you got the cost function as c equal to 18x plus 2560. Okay, so total 5 marks. 1, 2, 2. Okay. Yeah.
In the second part, if we didn't say which point we put into the equation,
then what did you do? You
just substitute it into the equation.
Just put in the equation. What did you put? You put which point? This point.
Yes.
So next time make sure you put the substitution. All right. But since it's only 2 points, okay. If you only 2 points, if you got this correct, and then you put the substitution, the second part. All right. So you just start here. Okay. Yes. So I think give yourself only 1 mark. Okay. Because you have to see, which one, which point did you put in? Okay. So that to show what you get is what you get. What you get is this. Okay. All right. Now for part C, we know the break-even condition is what? P equal to 0. So this one important. Okay. So that condition is 1 point. You get the R minus C equal to 0 or P equal to 0. So that is for break-even. So now what you do, you get the profit function. Profit function is R minus C. You got R minus the cost, and then for the cost, you put in the bracket, subtract because there are more than one term. And then you do the subtraction, you will get 32x minus 2560. So make sure the negative sign is here. Now, if you put plus sign, okay, so that's why you need to be careful. You have a negative sign here with a positive sign, so you will get negative. Okay, if you put positive, then you will get your answer negative. So make sure we get the signs correct. So that's why, all right, we put in the bracket first, okay, and then you open up the bracket, then you can see how the sign change. So make sure the sign is a negative there. So set that to 0. You will get 32x minus 2560 equal to 0. So x equal to 80. So x equal to 80, what does it mean? It means to break even, we have to sell 80 pairs of sweatshirts. So the thing here is you got 3 marks, and then the conclusion, 1 mark. Because you need to conclude, okay? In application, you need to describe your answer, okay? You need to describe your answer. So to describe your answer is just to go back to the objective of the problem. Okay, so here you want to find the break-even point. So that means you can say that to break even, you have to sell 80 sweatshirts. You don't need to pay to say pairs. You can say units or just say 80 sweatshirts. That will be fine. Okay. All right. So total for question number 2, 10 marks. So 10 and 5 will be 15. So I want you to do this. You put in your total marks on the first page, on top of the first page, on the right side beside your name. So if you got 13, you put in 13, quite big, okay? Don't put it too small, put large. Circle it. Okay, circle it. So 13. I know that's your mark. Now, don't worry. I will go through the marks that you assign to yourself. Okay, I will go through. It's not that I will take it as it is. I will go through, but once you have the mark, it's easy for me lah. So I will go through. Okay, I will go through afterwards. If let's say you assign yourself 13, if I think if you give yourself too many, I will reduce. Okay, so if you say 13 doesn't mean that you will get 13. If I think too much, I will reduce by a few points, 1 or 2 points. Not much lah. If I take out 1 or 2 points, or if I think this is too low, I can add. Okay, I can add. So maybe I can add 1 or 2. So either you get 14 or you get 15. Okay, so I just want to know. I want you to know that the marks that you assign yourself will not stay the same. Okay, I will go through. So it can be higher, it can be lower. Okay, but not that much, unless you know your marking is so out of order. So that's it. So please resubmit again today by 10. Okay, one more thing. If you submitted late, our deadline was Saturday, 5 p.m. All right. If you are late than 5 p.m., so I will not grade. Okay, will not be graded. Because I know some people submit during the night, 8 p.m. Even a few people submitted the next day. So if you submit later than 5, you will not be graded. All right. So don't complain to me. You say I submitted, you get 0. Why? You submit late. So next time, make sure we follow the deadline. It's good to be earlier rather than late. Okay. All right. Any question?
Sir,
Yes.
for the break-even quantity, can I use R equal to C?
R equal to C, okay.
Please
Okay.
second.
R equal to C for break-even, P equal to 0, and then R equal to C. So when you solve for the X, you put in R equal to C. That means 50X equal to, okay, equal to the cost. Okay, that will be fine. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
Sir, I have a question.
Okay.
Sir, sorry, just now my connection was weak. So my question is that regarding the break-even quantity, my group written PS equals to R function of P equals to function of R minus function of C, and then we straight away substitute 0 equals to 50x minus 18x plus 2560. Is it counted?
So you give yourself express, like you remember what I said? I said it's better to show more steps, okay, more work than less step. So what you were doing, you express, you express, you run some of the step you miss. Okay, so what you do, you don't give yourself full mark. All right, you deduct some marks. Okay, if the marks are 5, you do that express some of the points are important that you miss. You give yourself 3. Okay, answer is correct. Take away 2 points. Okay, take away 2 points. Don't give yourself full marks, because full marks is only for the full step. Okay.
Okay, sir. So meaning that if we if we didn't write P equals to R minus C equals to 0, that one considered minus 1 mark is
minus 1 mark lah.
Okay.
Sebab you right away jump into the main thing. Alright. So you deduct a few points. Okay. If total is 5, then give yourself 3 or 4. I think 3 lah. Sebab banyak benda missing tu. Okay.
Why not? Okay. Why not 4?
Tak apalah. Okay, but my point is next time when you do homework, all right, even the test show the important steps. Okay, so it's better to show me more steps. If you show me more steps, then I know you know. Okay, if you show me less steps, just give me the answer, then I'm not sure whether you know or you don't know. Okay, so that is important. The process is important. Okay,
Thank you,
all
sir.
right. In the homework, I expect you to at least to do more steps. Why? Because we have more time. Okay, you are not running. Okay, I don't give you 1 hour to do it. I give you 2 days or 3 days or even 1 week. Okay, so next time, don't miss the step. All right. So now I took a lot of time. So I think I have five more minutes. So with this 5 minutes, I will continue. All right. I will do one example. All right. One example that will discuss the method that we just introduced on the optimization problem. So let me write down the problem. Okay, we do an example. So here, example. Suppose we want to maximize the objective. We have say 3x plus 5y equal to C. Okay, if you look at the book use F. So we use F. So that would be not the same as corner points, because when you have corner point, you normally label A, B, C or A, B, C, D. So we put F, all right? So that F is just like AX plus BY equal to C. So that F is the constant, okay? All right, so that is our objective. And then subject to the constraints, now the constraints will be inequalities, a system of inequalities. So we have the following. First is 4x plus y bigger or equal to 20. And then we have 2x plus 3y less or equal to 50. And finally, we have 4x. No, 4x plus y. I didn't realize. We also have 4x. So this is 4x. The last equation, I have also 4x. 4x minus 7y less or equal to 48. Okay, so there are 3, the constraints. So these constraints is a system of inequalities. Okay, a system of inequalities. So what you do, this is where you start. Okay, you draw the graph of each of these on the same graph. So you draw everything on the same graph. All right, the method which we already learned last class. And then you identify the feasible region. All right. After you identify the feasible region, you identify the corner points. Okay. Now, when you identify the corner points, you determine the corner points. Okay. Now, let's say, okay, because I don't have time to go into this. Our time is running out. Suppose intersection point, call it A, is the intersection of, this is just an example, okay, may not be true. 4x plus y equal to 20. That is inequality number 1. And then you got 4x minus 7y equal to 48. So suppose point A is the intersection of these 2 equations. Of course, correspond to inequality 1, inequality 3. So what you do, solve. Okay, you have a system of equations. which we already learned from chapter 1, and then you find the point A. So nothing new, okay? We learned that already. We learned this one. So to get the corner points, to determine them, we know already the method. So you just identify what are the equations that will determine the corner point so that you can solve the system to get that particular point. Okay. Okay, good. So I think, all right, I'm out of time. So what I want you to do, I want you to do this for the weekend. Okay, for the weekend, you have a few days to draw the same graph. So that's number 1. Identify the principal region. Okay, and then get the corner points. So I want you to do all these 3 things. So you draw your graph nicely, identify the principal region, get the corner points, and then that will be it. So next class, I will continue from there. Okay, I will continue with this example. So make sure, okay, make sure you do your work. So make sure here, you write down the equation, then you get the intercepts, all right? The x-intercept, the y-intercept, and then you do the same thing for the second inequality, third inequality, and then you draw the graph. So show me the steps, okay? Show me the work on how you proceed to solve the problem. So we will continue from here next class. Now, if you have any problem with this, you can raise up in the WhatsApp. Okay, put in the WhatsApp. I will let your friends to respond first. Okay, if nobody respond, then I will respond. But I hope if anybody has a problem, put in the WhatsApp. We will, we try to handle it. Okay. All right. So I think that's it for today. Now, anything? Any comment? Anything?
Sir?
Yes.
Sorry, can I see the markings of the second question again?
Second question.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now I think we end the class. So if you want to leave, you have another class, you can leave now, all right? For those people who need to stay, want to see that thing, you stay. Okay, this is the second question. Which part? This part or the other part?
The other part, sir.
All right, so you have part C, okay? So this is part C.
Okay. Okay, sir, done.
Okay, done. Okay. So, okay, all right. So I think that's it for today. Anything?
Sir, I have a question.
Okay.
I am trying to send the mark assignment, right? And then I have the button there that is put there is unsubmit. And then I have to upload the other file, right? For the mark assignment. And then the time of submission might change because I have to resubmit, like unsubmitting.
No, the time for the first submission will not change. The record will be there. Okay.
I see.
For me, the record of the first submission will not change. I will have the record, first submission, second submission, you unsubmit, and then you submit again. I will have the record, so don't worry. Okay.
All right.
So I do not know how you do it. If you have to unsubmit, you unsubmit and then you resubmit. But when you do that, the first submission I can still see. Okay.
All right.
So make sure you don't delete your first submission, okay? And then you submit second time so that I will have two files, the first and the second, so that I know, okay, you submit the first one on time, and then the second one with the marks, and they are exactly the same. So that's for my record. Okay.
All right. Thank you,
All right.
sir.
Okay.
Oh, sir, so we're going to post in the same place?
Yeah.
Oh.
You submit in the same place. The assignment number 1, you just submit again. Okay. So if you have a problem, you
Can I
ask your friend.
see the
I also don't know, but students have been sending to me like this, since last semester. But how they do it, I think they just submit again. Okay. So try lah. Okay, try. If anything, you talk to your friend. If you ask me, you can. But I actually don't know the mechanics. Okay. 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 All right. Good. So I will see you again. Have a nice weekend. Take care of yourself. And also,